On Rosenberg, what are your first thoughts on the game? Are you okay? You stumbled
No,
on
I'm
those
not
hard
okay.
stairs.
Not okay at all. We shot 30% in half because we took a ton of contested shots. And you make 3 threes, but you make them literally in the last minute, it seems like, last 2 minutes. Disappointing. Really disappointing. So you got to give them a lot of credit. I mean, they did a nice job. What they did is, our field goal percentage defense was fine, but they kept attacking us downhill, and they chose not to shoot threes in the second half with only 4 attempts. But they were clutch ones, 2 of 4, high percentage, and they kept driving at us and put pressure on us, and we couldn't find an answer offensively. So I guess give them credit. I guess they guarded us. I didn't think they guarded us. I thought we guarded ourselves, and that's the result of it.
Kendall Scott, a guy that nobody really could guard today, 13 out of 19 and 30 points for the Ags. And in the end, it was Brock Schreiner, their leading scorer, who came up with the freebies and then the layup late that ended up being the difference. How well they played or not, your guys fought hard all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, our guys are competitive. They want to win. They want to compete. But you got to match competitive with having a clue of what we're trying to do and what's going on. And in the second half, we had zero clue of what we were trying to get. We were running people over. We were creating collisions out there, and that's not how we play. That's not how we want to play. And that just really – we had no flow to our offense for 20 minutes. And that's the result. I mean, that's the result of what happens when, you finally get a good look, you finally have a couple good possessions, and they don't go down instead of just trying to get good shots every possession and then the percentages play out. It's really disappointing because we've been practicing the same stuff for a long time.
Sure. Well, I guess the answer to it really, Coach, is they just got to go and get back and practice it some more, even though it's the same lesson that y'all been working on since November in some cases, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll watch it. And I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts a lot in that locker room for a while until we get back on the floor and we regroup and get ready for 2 really good teams coming in. You can't get – the problem is you just can't get games back. Your seasons continues to go and you can't get them back. And we made some plays down at the end to give us a chance because I thought from the 10-minute mark to the 5-minute mark was probably the worst of the half, but thank goodness we kept getting enough stops to stay in the game, or else they could have blown it open. But it's just disappointing. Disappointed for our guys, disappointed for our staff. I didn't have them ready. At the end of the day, it goes back to me because they're playing, and for the most part, I think they're trying to do it. So the messaging's got to change, I guess, to get them to understand when we're successful, why we're successful, and vice versa.
Josh Winbush in there today for you for 22 minutes, but Coach, he had more fouls than points in this one. What was so rough about it inside for him? I imagine that Kendall Scott had a little to do with it.
Yeah, I mean that goes back to not running offense. So you don't put guys in position. Josh is catching the ball at 16 feet, which he literally should never catch it in our offense at 16 feet once. So stuff like that. I don't know exactly why. You got to go watch it on film. But just guys not catching the ball where it's going to put us in an advantage situation for them to go make plays for themselves and for others. And that was just the constant theme. I mean, even the first half, we made a couple good plays where we came to 2, we're under control with good spacing and kicked out and got naked shots, and then we're able to get on the glass when you're driving closeouts and stuff like that. But and we said it at halftime, but you're up 9 with 3:40 to go in the first half, and then you just fall apart. The offense goes out the window. You turn it over a few times, and that's disappointing. We got to be more disciplined. Obviously, you're playing different guys, but they got to stay more disciplined to know why they're successful.
So Wiggins out there for 11 and a half, no turnovers out of him. Karius Key out there for 16. He had 3 turnovers, the freshman, but 5 points. They've got to develop some still. And thrust into a lot more playing time than you probably would have wanted for him this time of year.
Yeah, well, you just go up and down the list. I mean, everyone I mean, just look, everyone pretty much turned it over except Peavy and Wayne. Like, everyone just said, I'm going to turn it over a couple times. And you just can't play like that. Your primary guards that are trying to make plays, you expect them to have a couple of ball in their hands for a long period of time. But just too many turnovers. Everyone just picks and chooses, hey, I'm going to have 2 here in limited minutes. It's really hard to overcome. 16 turnovers to 13 assists. Just not making enough plays for other people.
So, Coach, now the next thing up is you got to get home and get right, because first up, Eastern New Mexico's Greyhounds come a-calling, and if that's not rugged enough, then you have West Texas A&M coming in with only 1 loss all year long. Those guys are steamrolling, but you know what? They've run into problems in Commerce as well.
Yeah, we're trying to find ourselves still, obviously, with some lineup changes. So, every game we're going to approach, it's going to be hard. You looked at this game, it's why you can't look at numbers and records and stuff. That's not going to be good for you. You got to try to play well. You got to try to play how you want to play and play well. And we did on the defensive end enough. Obviously, I thought late they were able to get to the foul line and get downhill, but for the most part, we guarded plenty well enough to win this game. And then you just have an offensive performance like that might be one of the worst since I've been here. It's just far as how we're trying to get shots, what we're doing, where guys are out on the floor. So, go back to yesterday's practice. What could I have done better? Why does that happen? It doesn't just happen because everyone goes rogue or we weren't ready, didn't have them ready, and so I'll take the loss and get back to practice, watch film, and try to figure out how to put our guys in better position to be successful.
A good time for the road trip home to not be quite so far away, isn't it?
Yeah. I won't only get to watch the game probably 1.5 times. But, a lot of basketball still in front of us. Good basketball still in front of us. We got to find a way to play well and play more consistent. We just got to find a way to go 1-0 on Thursday. Again, you can't look ahead to what's going on, seeding, all that stuff. You got to take care of Monday's practice, Tuesday's practice, so on and so forth, and try to put yourself in position to, play well against Eastern New Mexico at home.
All right, that'll be on Thursday. The men following the women as usual. Ladies at 5:30, men about 7:30. And, Coach, let's just get home safe and get ready for that one and do that one upright.
You got it. Appreciate you guys watching. Go Lions.
All right.